Well, happy Halloween and happy full moon in Taurus, my dear viewers. This is a big day on quite a few levels. It's a blue moon, which we don't adhere to too closely in astrology because that has to do with the Gregorian calendar. And October being a month that was, made up after the moon cycles had been, going on for thousands and thousands of years. So probably longer than that. But anyway, it still has significance because there's energy around it, right? There's still, historical precedence of a blue moon being rare. So we have that, and then we have the full moon in Taurus. And what's extra special about this full moon, not only is it on Halloween for the first time in quite some time, this hasn't happened, but it's also conjunct, which means right next to Uranus. So it is a big, powerful energy. And normally a Taurus moon would be kind of a grounded moon. The moon is happiest in Taurus. It's a very good spot for the moon to be. But when it's right next to Taurus or right next to Uranus, that is kind of like, okay, we usually have this grounded, settled feeling, and Uranus brings in like almost a lightning bolt energy to kind of shock and shake things up. So where would once be standing firm, it's almost a tower moment in the tarot, is that kind of energy tonight. So, and towers can kind of freak people out. And it's like, in a way, some towers can be really good because they can take things that like have been restricting us and binding us. And this whole year has been about structures coming down, really, really questioning the paradigms that we have used for countless years and asking, is this serving us anymore? Is this serving us as a country? Is this serving me as, a human being? The schools, the government, just everything that's been a structure that's been in place for a very long time is being pulled into question. And I think this tonight is like almost a culmination of like the energies coming together and saying, all right, it is time, it's go time now. And the light coming in from this moon, I mean, the biggest, brightest moon of the year, and we're on Halloween night, and the veils are the thinnest tonight. And I feel like there's just a real potential to bring in brand new insight, brand new clarity, brand new ideas and insights and inspirations, to be in touch with your intuition, to know how do you want to go forward, what do you vision for the future. And like, there's a feeling of almost like chaos tonight. And I find chaos to be very powerful in that when everything's in flux and everything's moving around, you can suddenly go a whole different direction. It's like if everything's just kind of sedentary and still, it's a lot harder to get things moving. But when you've got everything in flux and everything's moving every which way, it's almost like you can just switch directions and decide to go a totally different way. So it's a very powerful night, for visioning into your future. And over the next few weeks, you may find yourself in situations you didn't expect, as well as also making decisions you never thought you could make, and just going a completely different direction with your life that's way more aligned with where your dreams and your heart have been guiding you for the past, who knows how long. This year, the past 10 years, whatever you've been feeling is possible tonight. So it's a very powerful night for magic and a very powerful night to dream. So I would encourage you to do that. I would also encourage you to honor the ancestors and the people that have walked before us. That can be as simple as thanking your grandma for, the insight and the guidance she gave you when she was alive. And if you feel like you still have contact with her as she has passed, honoring her for that, thanking her. I know I've had several relatives, both mine and my husband's, touch in over the past couple of weeks. And it's been very profound and very, very beautiful and very, very nice to know they care about us. They're watching out for us. And I think also just honoring the gifts that they have given us, the paths that they have walked, the paths that they have carved out, the journeys that they walked on and led themselves through have opened the way for us. I mean, you think about some of the people that have come before us. Like I'm thinking of RBG, like the path that she carved for us to allow us as women to go forward empowered and able to speak. And there's been so many people in our past that if they hadn't done what they had done, and I don't want to speak just to women here, I want to like include all my viewers, everybody who's watching, but just think about the people who have come before you, whether they are blood related or not, who have opened paths for you. If you're a musician, think about the beautiful musicians in the past who have opened doors for you that you wouldn't have been able to explore. Whatever walk of life you have tonight, really consider and be grateful to your blood relatives and to the ancestors of your heart and your calling too. So I thought it would be really fun to use the Halloween oracle for a reading. So I'm going to use this. I mean, it's on Halloween that we have a full moon. How often does this happen? So you got to use it, right? So I'm going to pull 3 cards. You can pick 1, 2, 3. You can pick all 3. You can pick one of them. But just allow your intuition to guide you. Your intuition you should be able to take it to the next level if that's your intention today. Because the veils are thin and it's possible to have experiences and understand and see more clearly into yourself than it usually is. So I would encourage you to do so. All right, the first card we have is the Skull of Darkness, Blind Spots. So if you've drawn this card, it feels like there's a change in the wings for you. There's something that you have not seen before, and this illumination tonight is going to allow you to see it. So right now, as you're looking at this card, set the intention, or if you like to pray, you can even say something like, help me to see what I haven't been seeing that's going to help me go forward more clearly. You may even have some spots in your life that have kind of held some confusion over the last couple of weeks. You're like, I don't know what to do. I keep getting confused. I think I'm going one way, and then I'm just not sure. And just really asking for that clarity, because it is possible. You see this candle up here that is really glowing for me. And I just feel like there's illumination coming to you tonight. If you've had an area of confusion or an area where you felt like I'm blocked, I don't know, I keep going in a direction and it feels like I just keep getting stopped. Well, the energy tonight is reaching through to say that block is being dissolved and you're going to see what you need to see over the next week. So I would offer to you to just send out that intention with this full moon. This full moon is also about releasing. Full moons always are, and especially with it being on Halloween, Samhain, it's an energy of releasing and letting go what doesn't serve. So you can also ask, is there something I just need to quit holding on to so that I can go forward? So, all right, the next card coming forward. Well, we got lots of skulls going on. Skull of Flowers, creating through the ashes. And I think for those of you who have picked this card, there's been a situation in your life that has just felt like it's in shambles, like everything has fallen apart in either a certain area of your life, or you feel like there's a lot of areas in your life that have just fallen apart and you're feeling pretty discouraged. And the universe is saying, don't fret. This all had to happen because you had to have the old things fall apart so that the new things could come in. We cannot go to the next rung of the ladder until we let go of the last rung. And unfortunately, sometimes letting go looks like things kind of falling apart in our lives. A relationship that you thought was forever is all of a sudden on the rocks, or, some situation where you were putting your business in and you were working full bore and trying to make it go, and everything just seems to dissipate, and like the people you thought were supporting you are gone, and you feel this grief around that. There's been a lot of energy of grief this year, but the universe wants to assure you and reassure you, if you have felt that, if you have felt like, what am I doing? That it had to happen so that the new energy and the new hope can come in. This is a powerful night, not only because of what I've just said, but also because it's considered to be a new year on tomorrow. So, we have lots of new years, but this is actually a new year of sorts as well. And it's kind of like the beginning of a new time. So I would offer to you that, as this night passes, that you just set the intention that things are going to change and you're going to find the light and you're going to find the direction you need to go. And I feel like there's going to be a gift. You're going to see, okay, that's why everything had to fall apart, because I wouldn't have been ready for this new, amazing, wonderful adventure that's coming in. So there's a lot of hope in that card. All right, one more card for those of you that chose card 3. Ooh, these cards don't shuffle. They're a little bit sticky, but they're fun. They're so fun. All right, we just have a skull on every card. I think all of us are going to be experiencing death energy, and death kind of scares everybody. They're like, ah, but when you think about it, like the trees, they lose their leaves, the flowers, they die. Why does that happen? Because if the ground did not rest, we wouldn't be ready for next spring. And this is a promise that next spring will come. But right now it's kind of a time of just letting go, and death can just mean that, okay, this part of my life, I'm done with it. Maybe there's a relationship that you've been giving and giving and giving and giving to, and it's time to just say, I'm done. I'm walking away. I don't need to put my energy there anymore. And it's a healthy thing. It allows you to just rest, regroup, and there's going to be new energy coming in for you, new strength. And that's what this card says, strength. So I would just offer to you to spend some time, if you can, even just 5 minutes tonight, looking at where am I putting energy where it's not serving me? Where am I just dumping all my energy and my time into, and it's not giving me anything back? and you can walk away. It can be something very, very small. Sometimes I've had something really tiny, like, oh, okay, I just, the only example that's coming to mind is I have been part of a program for a lot of years where I will call in mailing publications that come to my house. Sounds like really weird, but you get paid for it, and it's been really nice, but it's become a burden. It's become overwhelming to me. It's like, I don't have time for this, and it's a very small amount. So I just decided I'm done with it. It'll free up 5 minutes a day, and that 5 minutes is going to go to something else that's going to serve me better in the future. So just think even really tiny little things. Where are you dumping energy? That you don't need to do that anymore. You don't need to be in contact with someone that doesn't really value your time, or you don't need to make an Instagram post every day. Just little tiny things that just can help shift and bring your energy back to yourself. So anyway, happy Halloween, my friends. Happy Samhain. Happy full moon. It is a beautiful, exciting day, and I'm just wishing you so much love and wishing you magic for this night, wishing you to touch into your intuition in a brand new and powerful way. I'm so grateful for every like, share, and comment you guys give me. It means the world to have your following and to have this connection with you in this way. And I'm sending you all the love.